Hello and welcome to Raw and Score, the only podcast that puts you to bloody work. I am the Quizzard and I've finally upgraded the computer I use to edit my episodes. Until now I've been using a MacBook that is probably older than me, and it sometimes took like a minute to move the mouse from one end of the screen to the other. It also just randomly turned off at the most annoying times possible. I'm not a yeller, but my lord has that old hunk of crap copped some yelling over the last couple of years. My dad just gave me his old PC with the world's biggest computer screen, and holy goddamn am I going to save some time. I can pump out like 40 episodes a week now. I won't, but I can. Thanks, Dad. We are scoring out of 35 points today with 20 single-point questions in the question round, a stupidly, unbelievably hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round that'll get you 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round that's worth 5 points as well. This week, the game is Crunching Numbers. In this game, you've got to listen out for any numbers that are contained in answers to questions. At the end of the round, I'm going to ask you to add all of those numbers together to give a total. If you get the total right, you get 5 points. So just a reminder, it's not in my questions, it's not when I'm talking, it's only in the answers. So if the answer was Nintendo 64, then you would add 64 to the running total of numbers. There were one or two who didn't realise that we were adding the numbers up last week, so just to make it really clear, you are adding the numbers at the end for 5 points. Okay, so remember to add all of the numbers in answers in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. On which continent would you find the country Greece? Europe. Question 2. What does the C in E equals MC squared mean? It means the speed of light. I've got no idea why that's a C, but it is. Question 3. How many crosses are there on the national flag of Georgia? There are 5. There's one big one in the middle and then one in each corner. Question 4. If you breed a Labrador with a poodle, what breed of dog do you end up with? You end up with a Labradoodle, and I've never met a Labradoodle who wasn't an absolute legend. Question 5. What is the only marsupial that lives in North America? The opossum, the animal that's capable of being the widest range from very, very cute to extremely terrifying of any animal. Question 6. Aphantasia is a fancy word for the inability to do what? Aphantasia, A-P-H-A-N-T-A-S-I-A. Aphantasia is the inability to imagine things in your head. I actually have aphantasia, and people think it's really weird that I can't picture things or that I don't have an inner monologue, but I'm like, surely it's super annoying to have a voice and pictures in your head all the time. Don't they call that being crazy? Am I just the only sane person? Question 7. In what 1979 James Bond movie does the famous spy go to outer space? Moonraker. I would have thought there weren't that many leaves on the moon, if I'm honest. Get it? Question 8. Who sung the 2017 hit Shape of You? That was Ed Sheeran, and it's apparently the most popular song of the last 10 years. I'm honestly not sure if I've ever heard it. I really am over 30, aren't I? Question 9. What is the first swim stroke in an Olympic medley relay? Backstroke. I reckon at the running relays they should make the first guy go backwards too. Question 10. What is the collective noun for a group of penguins? There are a few possible answers: a waddle, a raft, a colony, or a huddle. Question 11. What is the smallest size of drink available at Starbucks? Demi. Question 12. What is the most visited country in the world? France. Question 13. Finish the Duran Duran lyric. Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire. Do 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 do. Woman, you want me? Give me a sign. What's next? It is, and catch my breathing even closer behind, and then a lot more do's. Question 14. If an octagon has equal sides at 5 centimeters long, what is the perimeter of the octagon? "40 centimeters. Question 15. What was the name of Prince William and Prince Kate's first baby? George. I've heard people say it would be really hard to be a royal. It would be the easiest thing in the world. The Queen literally had someone whose job it was to wear in her shoes so that she didn't have to do it, and all she had to do was wave at some people a couple times a week. Question 16. Islamabad is the capital city of which country? Islamabad. Pakistan, which is weird because I thought they thought Islam are good. Question 17. How many pieces are there of each colour in a game of backgammon? $15, and just in case you've forgotten since last time I said this, I am the world champion and will play anyone for any amount of money. Question 18. Kermit, Animal, Gonzo, and the Swedish Chef are all the names of what? They are all Muppets. Question 19. When excluding diet and zero sugar flavours, what is the most popular flavour variety of Coca-Cola other than the original? So no diet or zero sugar flavours, the next popular flavour. Apparently, it's Cherry Coke. Surely vanilla wins. And question 20. In which year was John F. Kennedy assassinated? That was in 1963. All right, that's it for the questions. But did you remember to crunch some numbers? We were playing the game Crunching Numbers, and I asked you to add up all of the numbers contained in answers in the question round. Lock in your answer now. You can press pause if you need to do some maths. So, one of my questions was, how many crosses are there on the national flag of Georgia? The answer was 5. Another one was, if an octagon has equal sides at blah, 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 the answer was 40 centimetres. Another one was, how many pieces are there of each colour in a game of backgammon? That was 15. And the very last question was, in which year was John F. Kennedy assassinated? That was 1963. It was pretty mean putting that last, wasn't it? So 5 plus 40 plus 15 plus 1963 is 2023. Give yourself 5 points if you got that right. Now, the ad breaks are still imaginary, but surely not for much longer. Coming up after the imaginary ad break, we have the stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Lost in Translation. See you in a second for that. We're back, and it's time for the question you legally need to do an 8-year safety course to read. The really hard trivia question. I've got a really hard question for you. You get 5 points if you can get this one right. Here it is. Which sportsman was born on the 5th of February 1985? So the birthday was the 5th of February 1985. Which sportsman was born on that date? Wait, you mean you don't just remember every celebrity's birthday? That's weird. 14th of August, Halle Berry. It's because it's the same as mine. It's the only one I know. Lock in your answer. The answer there is Cristiano Ronaldo. He was born on the 5th of February 1985. Give yourself 5 points if you are really, really into Cristiano Ronaldo. And now it's time for the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Lost in Translation. In this game, I've typed something into Google, translated it through a bunch of different languages, and then back into English. What I get is a kind of weird Googleized version of what I originally typed in. All you have to do is guess what I originally typed in. This week, I've typed in some song lyrics. Usually, these are really short phrases, like one sentence. I've actually gone a bit longer with these ones. So I've typed in maybe 4 or 5 lines from different songs into Google Translate, translated it through a couple of languages, not as many as I usually do, and then back into English. Your job is just to guess what song. You get 1 point for every one you get right. Okay, Lost in Translation, starting now. Number 1. I want to touch them like they do in Texas, please. Pick them up, let me touch them. Take care of them, baby. Stay with me, I love it. Identifying love game, playing cards with sticks to start, and once he was satisfied, I removed the emotional. So what song do you think that was? I'm not going to read them all twice because we'll be here all day. That was the opening to Poker Face by Lady Gaga. I won't read the whole thing, but it does start with I want to hold them like they do in Texas, please. Pretty close, Google. Number 2. Dude man, a lot of noise. Playing in the street? One day I'll be a big man. You have dirt on your face. What a shame. Slamming your bowl all over the place. Chanting. Not quite as catchy, but that one is We Will Rock You. You got dirt on your face was obviously you got mud on your face. Okay, number 3. Small town girl, I live in the wilderness. You go everywhere by train. He was just a country boy. He was born and raised in Detroit. You take a night train to go anywhere. That one is Don't Stop Believin'. All right, number 4. When I was little, my father took me to the village to see a band. He said to her, my child, when you grow up, can the tote be salvaged? Victims and those punished? That one was Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. I like how being the saviour of the broken somehow changed to fixing a tote, by the sounds of it. Can the tote be salvaged, it said. And finally, number 5. It was about midnight, and something bad is happening in the dark. Under the moonlight, you notice something that really stops your heart. He tried to shout, but fear comes first. We were starting to get it when fear sees him between the eyes. He was stuck. That one is Thriller by Michael Jackson. This is another one where I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is super easy or super hard, but actually reading them out, I was thinking pretty easy. So I guess you're welcome for that, unless you like hard games, in which case I'm sorry for that. I did really like the We Will Rock You one. One day I'll be a big man and you have dirt on your face is funny. Anyway, add whatever you got in that round to your total score, and that is your score for this episode. Don't forget, if you find me on Facebook or Instagram or Spotify, YouTube, wherever you can find me, and send me a message or a comment with your name and score, I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. Now, I can see listener numbers going up a lot, actually, but I can't see message numbers going up. So that tells me that all of the new listeners are scared little cowards who are too scared to message in. Just do it. This week I've heard from the graphics department, who scored a massive 29. I think that's a PB for them. Christy and Kuma scored a 23. Laura scored an 18 but said she was too scared to complain because otherwise I'll call her out. Well, I'm calling you out for being scared, you big scaredy pants. The Tarot Propagators scored a 13 because they love to swear so much. James, Paul and Ben scored a 12 but wanted everyone to know that they would have scored much higher if they weren't extremely hungover. And James and Ben then scored a 22, a 15 and a 17 without Paul. That's it. Cheers for listening. I'll see you next week with another episode of Raw and Score Trivia. Bye-bye.